Alrighty, folks. We're going to wait just a few moments for anybody to join us live, and then we're going to get right into it. I've put a couple of messages up today letting everybody know this would be a pretty important training. See if it's going live. I see that many of you are joining, yet I cannot find it. I think it would say John Costino went live, but it does not. Gotta love Facebook. Okay, there we are. Gotta love Facebook. All right, well, I'm going to get right into it. Many of you have been with us from the beginning, while many of you of the 2,000 people of our community are new. So I'm going to give a brief background, and for those of you that know the background, I highly encourage you guys to really kind of understand it so that you can go ahead and use the story as well. The cryptocurrency training group was started about 6-7 months ago because I had zero, I repeat, zero knowledge, understanding, experience at all with cryptocurrency. And I recognized that it was becoming a very legitimate industry, a very real market where people could make some money, some legitimate money. But I also recognized that it was filled with tremendous, we'll just say, greed, deception, and fraud. And for that reason, I stayed out of it. I've been contacted no less than probably 150 times over the previous 7, 8, 9, 10 years by people that I knew, people that I trusted, including Mikoshi, who I've known for the better part of the last decade, who himself brought me cryptocurrency a number of times. But I didn't understand it. I didn't trust it. I knew that there was a lot of fraud and a lot of deception and a lot of theft associated with it. So I just said, you know what, I make a lot of money doing what I do. I'm going to steer clear of it. Now, that all changed in December of last year when a good friend of mine brought me and forced me to really understand cryptocurrency and the potential that it had. So I had one advantage over every one of you. I had a prior existing relationship, business partnership, and friendship with who you know as Mikoshi. And so I asked him some questions. I paid attention to his answers. I learned from him, and I realized, okay, this is a lot bigger than I thought. And more importantly, I need to learn it. Now, we started the cryptocurrency training group because he had, let's say on a scale of 1 to 100, he was at that 90% or higher experience, knowledge, awareness, all the good stuff associated with cryptocurrency. And I was probably at 1, far less than 5%. So I'm going to call it 1. So that was the disparity. And I decided, you know what, if you're going to teach me all about it, why not go out there and teach other people like me that don't know anything, that want to learn, and most importantly, can benefit financially. Now, some of you have been with us from the beginning and you kind of understand, but those of you that haven't been with us from the beginning, you might be saying, what's in it for you? Why do you care? And I take that question very seriously. I respect those of you that are asking it, and if you're not asking it, there are other people that you're going to talk to that are going to ask that question. Now, if you don't know my background, I have been hired by corporate, we'll just say businesses, for the better part of 25 years to develop sales, marketing, training, network development across the board. So I was brought in by companies to make them more successful. And over the course of my career, I'm very proud to say that I have helped hundreds of thousands of people to make a successful home-based business income, and probably over 1,000 of them have made $1 million plus in their home-based business. So It's been very lucrative for me, but more rewarding. I've been able to help lots of other people. Now, I share that with you to say that with the cryptocurrency training group and the fact that we're involved in the infancy stages of cryptocurrency, I believe that if we do this right over the next 12 months, my partners in the cryptocurrency training group, specifically Mikoshi, who has the expertise, we have the chance to go out there and probably help 1,000, if not 5,000 of you to earn $1 million in cryptocurrency. Now, that's a really arrogant, bold, cocky statement, but it's based on fact. And the reason I say it's based on fact, and the reason why you're here watching this right now, is I'm going to validate it, because there's a phrase out there: documentation beats conversation. And if you don't know me, I was a math major in college. I studied psychology. I went to law school. I'm all about metrics, measuring, proving, documenting. I'm not a sales guy. I'm not a hype guy. If you watch Mike and I or Mikoshi together, I'm constantly pulling him back down because he's a big vision guy and I'm a boots on the ground, measure it guy. And that's why we work so well together. But why we're here today is I'm going to give you some amazing announcements for you to get very enthusiastic about, for you to go out there and promote, but I'm going to ground them in reality. I'm going to validate and document it, but I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of questions, and that's why it's so imperative that after you watch this, you go grab the people that you have a personal relationship with and you make them watch it, because this is not a hype call. This is a reality check. Now, first question I have for you is this: if it were possible, truly possible, to make $1 million in the next 12 months through cryptocurrency, do you even want it? If the answer is no, log off now. I'm not here to convince you of anything. But if you have two brain cells that ever collide inside your head, the answer should be, hell yeah, I would love to if it was possible. Now, whether you're going to do it or not is irrelevant, but you should want to do it. Now, if you want to do it, you're going to have to do some things. It doesn't happen magically. This is not a lottery ticket. The first thing I want you to understand is discernment. And discernment is paying attention, taking in all the information, processing it, and then making some very logical conclusions based on the information. I like to refer to it as the difference between betting and gambling. I love betting. I love, love, love betting on stuff, but I don't like gambling. And the difference is gambling is a high risk, up to somebody else determining the outcome. Betting is calculating and making a bet based upon predetermined circumstances. And the easiest way I can give you the example is I know what I'm capable of doing, but I don't know what you're capable of doing. So an example of gambling would be me saying, I bet I can hit more free throws than you, or I bet I can do more push-ups than you, or I bet that I can run a 100-yard dash faster than you. That's gambling because I don't know what your skills are. But betting is me saying, I bet you that I can sink 8 out of 10 free throws, or I bet you that I can do 100 push-ups without stopping because I know what I'm capable of. So when it comes to business, if you're gambling, man, you're blowing in the wind. You have absolutely no control over the outcome. But if you're betting, gambling is bad. If you're betting, that means you have calculated the risks and you have applied predetermined circumstances to the outcome. That's what we're doing here. So betting versus gambling was the first thing I wanted to cover. The second is 100% on you. It's called the 4 stages of learning. I taught it before, but I'm going to teach it again right now because it's imperative to what we're about to talk about. We all of us, go through the 4 stages of learning in every area of our life with every new experience, every new hobby, every new anything. The 4 stages of learning begin with us being unconsciously incompetent, which means we do not know how much we do not know. That was me when people talked about cryptocurrency for the past 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I was so ignorant, okay, that I was unconsciously incompetent. Now, as of December of 2020, I moved to stage 2. Stage 1, unconsciously incompetent. Stage 2, consciously incompetent. Now you are aware, you are conscious of how stupid you are, how clueless you are, how ignorant you are. That's where I was in December. I became aware of my ignorance to cryptocurrency. A lot of you get upset hearing the word ignorant. It's a real word. I was ignorant to it. I own it. So stage 2 is consciously incompetent. You're now aware of how much you don't know. I have spent the last, we'll just call it, better part of 7 to 8 months moving into consciously competent, which is the student phase, the learning phase, the asking lots of questions, zipping your mouth, opening both of your ears, taking notes, paying attention phase. It is the least popular phase because everyone loves to talk. No one loves to shut up, listen, and learn. And that's why most people struggle in every area of their lives throughout their lives, because it's more fun to talk, even when we don't know what we're talking about. We like to talk instead of saying, wow, I have the chance to learn. I have nothing to add, and instead open our ears and learn. And I say we because I'm not immune to it. I have worked hard to change over the last 30 years, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it wasn't a process for me. So stage 3, consciously competent, is where we learn, we listen, we pay attention. We are physically, actively working hard to do the right things. Stage 4 is where we want to get to, unconsciously competent. Now, the conscious thought process, the conscious direct focus has become our habits. Habits are done instinctively, unconsciously. So the 4th stage is where we want to get to. We're now so used to, it's become such a habit. There's such strong instinct in doing the right thing over and over every day that we're unconsciously competent. So that's the goal we want to get to. Now, here's the great news. What does any of that have to do with cryptocurrency and making money? The cryptocurrency training group was designed to take me and therefore to take all of you through those 4 stages. You have to make the same decision I did, which was pay attention, listen. After listening, ask intelligent questions. Don't interrupt and ask questions before you've listened, because that's a mistake everybody makes. And then watch this. Apply what you're taught. I'm going to bring another cliche up. People love to project success as something outside of themselves, meaning it's easy to say someone else got lucky. What is luck? What is luck? I'll help you. Luck is being in the right place at the right time and prepared enough to recognize that we're in the right place at the right time and prepared enough to take action. That's what luck is. Luck has nothing to do with something outside of ourselves. Every single one of you has been in the right place at the right time many, many, many times. You either didn't recognize it, not your fault, or you recognized it and didn't have either the courage or the ability to act upon it. That is your fault. Now, why am I throwing that at you? Because what I'm about to say validates all the information I've given you up to this point. We started the cryptocurrency training group. Some of you are participating members of a project called Daisy. Many of you are not. Now, I'm going to start with that because that's actually the first project that we brought to the group. Not our project. We don't own it. We don't run it, but we were ground floor with the launch of it. Now, about 90 days ago, sometime less than 90 days ago, we reached out in this community and we told you that there was a project called the Daisy Global DeFi Launchpad, and it launched a native token. And I want you all to pay close attention to the information I'm going to give you right now, because it's not financial advice. This is the discernment. This is me now validating things that we told you 30, 60, 90 days ago. We said we are involved in a community, ground floor with a project where you can purchase in private placement a token for 10 cents. 10 cents. If you missed the 10-cent round, you can buy it for 25 cents. If you missed the 25-cent round, you can buy it for 50 cents. So there were 3 rounds of private placement, 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents. Some of you participated with us. Many of you did not. Some of you didn't even know it existed because there's been a very, very huge lack of engagement, lack of communication, overwhelming apathy in our community that I'm hoping to get rid of with this video. Now, that token was no guarantee, was no promise, but the project was designed to go live roughly 60 days later at $5. That day was yesterday, August 16th, 2021. The token went live at $5. Now, lots of people sat back with a wait and see attitude because they were still in stage 1 of learning, unconsciously incompetent. And they said things like, I bet it's another pump and dump. I bet it's gonna, and I'm okay with it because I too was ignorant. So I'm not mad at anybody, but I want you to understand how much the ignorance cost you. Why did we endorse the token? Because we did the research and then shared it with you. Number one, it couldn't be a pump and dump because they put very, very tight restrictions on what you could do after the coin went live. For example, by the way, this is for all of you that are involved in Daisy. This is part of the education along with the promotion. They went live yesterday. You, me, everybody that has tokens, we have access to 5% of our tokens over the first 90 days. So take 5% of whatever your tokens are, divide it by 90. That's what's available to you every 24 hours for the first 90 days. Now, some of you might be saying, why don't they let you have it? Because we know that human nature is based upon greed. And pump and dumps are caused because greedy people would have bought it at 10 cents or 25 cents or 50 cents and then dumped it at $5 and taken their profit. Nothing wrong with that, but it destroys the project. So Daisy Global said, no. We're not going to allow you to act upon that greed impulse, that lack of self-control. And you can only have access to 5% the first 90 days, and then 5% every 30 days for the first 2 years. So at the end of 24 months, you'll have access to 100% of your tokens. Why is that a good thing? It protects all of us who have the tokens. So if you're involved with the Daisy project already, congratulations. Here's why I'm saying congratulations. It came out at $5. And then as we tracked it, it went to $8, $8.50, $10, $12.50. I checked before I came on here, and it was north of $14. So I want you all to process what I'm about to say. If you heard us talk about the Daisy token 30, 60, 90 days ago, whatever the date was when we did the private placement, and you heard us promote it, you were in the right place at the right time. If you had the awareness and the discernment to join us in it, then you recognized you were in the right place at the right time and you took action. Now, let's put this in perspective. The core group of the CTG, the 5 of us that put together the cryptocurrency training group, we have amassed a large chunk of tokens. Each of us also bought personally in. I will share with you personally because out of respect to my partners, I don't want to say publicly what we have. But I bought in $1,500 and got 15,000 tokens. Now, if you're doing the math, let's lowball it and call it $10. That's 100 times my money. 10 cents times 10 is $1. Times 10 is $10. So I want you all to process. How many of you wish you spent $100, $300, $700, $1,500 like I did, and bought the tokens, fingers crossed, trusting that we did the research, trusting that the tokenomics are in place, and all of a sudden, 60, 90 days later, your 10 cent or your 25 cent or your 50 cent coins are now worth $10 or more. I will tell you that in one day, my $1,500 token purchase of 15,000 tokens times $10, it's $150,000. I'm not saying that to be cocky or to brag. I'm saying that's what we want to do for you. That's what we want you to understand. That's why I speak with such an intensity, and my partners are not here because this isn't the happy-go-lucky feel-good. This is the pull your head out of your butt conversation that some of you did not participate in. And I want you to understand, if you missed it, learn the lesson because it's the first of many tokens. But I need you to recognize it as a lesson, not to be repeated. Now, we launched Tariff about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. We partnered up with a developer. We took part ownership in that token. So unlike the Daisy token, we are owners of the Tariff project. We are owners of the Tariff token. And we went out there through the generosity of the developer and asked you to go give away 25,000 tokens. Earn yourself 50,000 tokens on top of it. Some of you engaged, many of you sat around with your thumbs where they don't belong, doing nothing. Again, I don't care, but I want you to understand that that's the second project that we brought to you. Now, why am I hitting you so hard right in the face? Because understand, gambling, betting, many of you are screwing around with other tokens, other coins, other projects, which you're free to do. But I'm here to tell you that fraudulent activities are filling cryptocurrency, and we can't protect you anywhere else. The benefit of participating in projects that we bring to you is that we have already vetted them to be safe. 2 tokens out of, I don't know, 20,000? That's a pretty strong endorsement that we're not out there just throwing stuff at you. You've never once heard me hype any other Dogecoin or sheep, none of that crap, because I don't trust it. That doesn't mean you can't make money with it. It means remember, math major, psychology, law school, I don't like taking risks. I like minimizing and mitigating any potential damage and then maximizing the gains from there. If you like throwing caution to the wind, God bless you. But I'm speaking to the people right now going, hey man, I don't have money to lose. Hey man, I can't afford to get screwed. Hey man, how do I make money? I'm here to say to you, documenting, not talking out of my butt BS, documenting that because of the cryptocurrency training group, because of one of the two projects that we endorsed yesterday, my personal little $1,500 is valued north of $150,000. I want that for you, but I don't know how to get through to you other than what I'm doing right now. This is what I do. I educate, I teach, I train, I repeat. I try to provide enough analogies and examples that something lands. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do now. I'm going to ask you to make the decision whether you want to be an active participant in this, an active participant, and you want to participate in this. And the reason I say this is it's now up to us to promote those two tokens, the Tereth token and the Daisy token, because we control the outcome of those two projects. Now, the Daisy project, it has right now hundreds of thousands of people around the globe holding that token, and they can't sell for 24 months. That's why yesterday you saw my partners do a Facebook Live saying, if you did not get private placement purchase, buy some now before it goes off. Because if you understand the metrics, the tokenomics, if there's hundreds of thousands of people holding a coin, they cannot sell it, and that project continues to gain more awareness and more momentum and more success, the coin will most likely go up. So you've got the chance to buy in and ride that without any restrictions. Take advantage of those of us that have restrictions. If you don't want to buy that token, you're not obligated to. I'm just letting you know we brought it to you, and we're letting you know that if you want to, buy some and promote the hell out of it. If you're already a member of the Daisy community holding the tokens, promote the hell out of it, because that's how we drive awareness. The Tereth token, same exact thing. We just created over the weekend a tremendous purchase opportunity by tanking the price deliberately, because we're controlling it, we're influencing it deliberately, making it affordable, announcing to our community, buy now, and then driving the price back up. Now, I'm not giving any financial advice. You should not do anything based on what I'm telling you. You should take it all in, process it, use discernment, sort through it, decide if it makes sense. Look in the mirror, decide, are you in stage one? Unconsciously incompetent, clueless. Are you in stage two? Aware of your incompetence and saying, holy crap, I need to learn this. Are you in stage three saying, get me into these classes so I can learn what I need to learn to be competent in this field? Or are some of you experts? Are some of you already in phase four? Unconsciously competent, experts, profiting, making money with what we're doing. I don't know where you stand. Only you do. I don't personally care where you stand because it's not going to affect me. But I wanted to come on here and speak with a little bit of an intensity because you don't hear from me much. But this is my opportunity and attempt to say to you, we had a huge, successful victory as a community yesterday. I waited till today because I wanted to see would it hold overnight, and it went up overnight. So to reiterate, We had a token that you could have got for 10 cents. It came out at $5. And because we knew the parameters, we knew the restrictions, we knew the tokenomics, we told you it's going to come out at 5 and most likely go up or at least hold there because it's impossible for people to dump it. We were right. It came out at 5 and it went up. And some of you had the biggest win of your entire life because you were in the right place at the right time. You were aware that you were in the right place at the right time, and you took action being in the right place at the right time. I would like each and every one of you, when we end this Facebook Live, to decide for yourself. Sincerely, decide for yourself. Do you want to be lucky with the next project we bring? Or do you want to sit back and go, it's not fair. I didn't know. Because some of you, it's not fair. You didn't know. You weren't a part of our community then, or the people that brought you in didn't engage you. This is also a call to action to every single one of you to go back to every single person you invited into this group. Don't send them a text message. Don't post it on your Facebook. Don't communicate through other means. Phone call, face to face. Say to them, I'm sorry, I failed you. Did you hear what I just said? I'm sorry, I failed you. I need you to know what's going on in this group. And then you need to physically make sure they watch this video all the way to the end to understand, because this DAISY token over the next 60 to 90 days is going to bring multiple projects to the table and give us the opportunity to be in the private placement of these other projects. We, as the cryptocurrency training group, are going to bring our second token. We already brought you Turf. We're going to bring you our second token, which is the Serve City coin. You need to be aware that you're in the right place at the right time, and you need to be prepared to take action. Now, I am going to end this live in a few minutes, and then I am going to allow my partner, Mikoshi, to set up the education for all of you to know a few things. Number one, how to track the DAISY token. So whether you have it or not, I want you to be tracking it multiple times each day to either celebrate that you have it or remind yourself to be prepared for the next one. He's also going to teach you how to claim the token. So those of you as members that already bought it, you need to learn how to claim it. I'm going to say this clearly. I don't recommend that you claim it because, again, you can only claim 1/90th of 5% each day for the first 90 days, and today is only day 2. So you will pay fees, gas fees, each time you claim it. I claimed it yesterday and went, damn, that was stupid, but I did it to learn the experience. I won't be claiming anymore because I don't need to be paying fees for a tiny little fraction. So I will wait 30 days, maybe I'll wait 60 days, and then I'll claim the whole thing at once and pay one little fee. But Mikoshi will teach you how to claim it. And then last but not least, he will teach you where to go if you wish to swap out the portion that you claim and turn it into another cryptocurrency for real dollars. So he will set up those 3 videos, and I will go a 4th one. I will have him also set up a short video of how to purchase DAISY's token. So there will be 4 short videos posted in our guide section: how to track, how to claim, how to swap, and then how to purchase the DAISY token itself. 4 short videos for each and every one of you. I'm here right now, shaking the tree, banging the drum, screaming from the rooftops to get yourself aware and prepared, because there's more coming real soon. And I don't want any of you to miss out because you didn't know. If you choose not to participate, 100% okay. I am not, nor will anyone else ever pressure you to do anything. But I know for a fact that many of you are pissed off that you didn't get the token, either because you weren't here, you didn't know, or you weren't prepared. You didn't have stage 3 awareness. Now you do. The choice is up to you. This is John Costino saying thanks for watching. God bless. I look forward to hearing your success story soon. Remember, 100 times in one day, 10 cents to over $10, $1,500 to over $150,000. And I'm not claiming to know anything other than what I learned right here in the cryptocurrency training group over the last 6-7 months. Put that in your back pocket and remember it.